Welcome back on Dynamo. Today I want to propose you the unboxing and review about the White Dwarf of December 2019 released by the Games Workshop. I want to make also you my best wishes for this Christmas or any celebration that you have, or eventually the holidays for this end year. So my best wishes and Happy New Year. And I want also to remember you that with this video I released also another video that you can find eventually the link in the description that I'd like that you go to see, because it's something that I really think it's great, and I hope that you like to eventually write in the comments or here or in the other video if you appreciated it. And I want also to remember you that quite probably there will be a stop of 1 week about the videos, because I will be away, so I don't think that I'll be able to make videos, but it's not so sure, so eventually you have all the coverage and I'll not stop. So now we can start to see the contents inside this special releasing. And like in the November 2019 one, we can find that there are insides here of things. So we can find some things that we'll go to see quite soon, but we start with this part of the box, and we can find, for example, this is the cover of the White Dwarf that it's inside. So we have everything, no problems at all. I think that it's really quite interesting in such a way. So now we can go to see the contents inside. We have so as inserts this one that it's, as you can see, a card for Warcry, that it's really quite interesting one. We can find a card that is this one about Necromunda. So we have these two cards. Inside we can find also another card that it's a digital one for Age of Sigmar Champions, the app for iOS or Android. So later I make you see, not worry. And so here there are these ones. Then there is another thing that is this one, that it's a booklet with a sort of expansion for Necromunda, that is this one about the game grades. It's like to play Necromunda on a sort of skirmish for Necromunda, that it's yet a skirmish, but as you can see it's really quite interesting. I think I don't play Necromunda usually, but I think that this can be really quite a good try. So a short gaming one, but it's really quite nice. Then we have a sort of little gift, and it's a sort, because we have one side that is this one, that is the base for a game that you can find inside the White Dwarf itself. And instead here you can find this imaging that it can be also a poster, so it's not bad also to put on the wall eventually. And so you have to decide, because you can't have both of them, but it's quite interesting in such a way, because they are not bad at all as adding to your one. So we can make a magic and make the White Dwarf appear. So poof, and poof, we had the White Dwarf. Oh, what a magic. Okay, here we can find so the White Dwarf. We can find the cover itself, that it's about the Night Hound, and we see that it's really meaning that there is this cover, because we can find something quite interesting inside this about the Night Hounds themselves. And so now we can start to see the contents inside this White Dwarf. Here we can find the theme of the White Dwarf itself. Here we can find the best wishes for Christmas and so on by the Games Workshop. Here we can find the contents with this, that is the imaging for the alternative cover of this White Dwarf, and I think that it's really quite amazing. It's the same, as you can see, but without the scripts here. It's a really quite amazing one. Then we can flip. We can find this, that it's about the contact for the readers with the theme of the White Dwarf itself. So we can find some readings and some of the miniatures of the readers themselves. So we can find some scheme of colors eventually that has been suggested, or some eventually conversions and painting. This is really quite handy if you think about, for example, such example that it's a completely converted army of fruits, that it's really quite beautiful. Then we can find this, and this is an article about how to pronounce the words in Warhammer. And so for the ones that said me that Shaish was the pronounce for Shish, see this, okay, simply something of these are really quite stupid, I think, because, okay, Sigmar it's Sigmar, but that Galmarat it's Galmurat, sincerely, it's not comprehensible, such things. So you can think about this, read this, and eventually write me in the comments if you find something that it's completely not understandable. I mean that you are not agreeing with some of the pronounces, for example, because you pronounce in another way. So eventually say me about it. Here we can find the start talking about Age of Sigmar, and we can find this, that it's a really nice image about Night Hunt against Orcs. I really like such type of images with the models with such perspective. I really like a lot. Here we have background that it's about the 8 points, so it describes what happened at the 8 points. And here some conversions that it's related about warbands and so on that you can find playing at battling at key points. So you can find a lot of things, and you can take some of these as ideas for modifying. For example, this model, as it is described also here. So we have quite a lot of things. Go give a try and see here, because there are a lot of interesting ideas. Here we can find how to paint the ruins and so on, so the oceanic elements. Here about the game that I talked to you about with this, that it was one of the inserts, and it's not bad. I think that it would have been better if it was used from 2 players instead of 4. Anyway, you can have 2 players playing 2 of the models, but in my opinion it was a bit. But anyway, it's not bad this game. I had to give a try about it. Here we can find about Warcry, so the new rules about Gotrek that I showed you the card before. So eventually you can find a lot of interesting informations. And here we have the inserts, so the Tom Celeste, that it's like the index starters for Warhammer 40k about the Night Hunt. This is the history about Olinder, so it's not something new, but I suggest you to read, because there is, for example, this part that is new, and it's really related about Olinder, and it's not bad at all. And here we have new official rules with the World Scorn battalions for the Night Hounds. So they're official. We have also here the points, so I suggest you to take a note, because they're really quite interesting. Here we have how to paint the Night Hounds, and I eventually want also to remember you that you can find in the link in the description also my video about painting the green ethereal green and so the Night Hounds, so eventually see about it. Here we can find a lot of interesting information, I think, for the ones that want to realize such options. Here we can find another new game about Age of Sigmar, but in this case it's about flying, so all the models with the rule of fly can play this game, and I don't think that it's so bad, but it's also not something completely new. It's in some way quite similar to the Aeronautica Imperialis, so it's a thing that I suggest you to play, but sincerely I don't think that I'd like to have as a main game. But if done good, maybe it could be quite interesting if they would be releasing some set boxes about such type of units. It will not be bad. And it's really quite long and quite developed, this game. Here you can find also the different rules for applying for such ones. Anyway, this doesn't change at the end the rules for Age of Sigmar. It's only about this game. And here we can start talking about the Warhammer 40k with this army that it's about flesh tearers against the Tyrannids, and there is a reason, because there are the flesh tearers here. Here you can find the Tale of 4 Warlords, so the add-in that they conducted with the Gen Stealer cults here. We have then the part about the Space Marine, here about the Chaos of Nargol, and here about the Chaos of Legion. Then we can find here that it's an article about how to write your background, and sincerely I suggest you to read, because it's really quite interesting to understand how to write short stories or even stories themselves. So it's really something quite interesting. Then we have this article that it's about the flesh tears, and I want to remember you that here you can find some background about the flesh tears, but if you want the rules about the flesh tears, you have to buy this, that it's Blood of Baal. Eventually, if you want an analysis about them and the blood genesis in general, you can find in the description the link about this book that I realized. So you have also this eventually to take note. And I think that it's really quite interesting, because there are all the information that we yet know, but there is also the part about how they are related with the Primaris Space Marine, and so there are quite a lot of inspiration. There are also such images that are really beautiful, are really amazing ones. And this one, this I suggest you to read, because really this is worth all the price for the White Dwarf, in my opinion, because it's really quite amazing fiction to read. Really, 2 pages of background, but they are wow. I loved this one, really amazing. Then we have the part about a mission about the flesh tears with the stratagem and so on that you can play. Here, how to modify your models for the flesh tears, and for example, these ones can be really quite interesting to realize models also for other armies. But this one as chaplain is not something new as idea, but I like a lot how it's been realized, so quite interesting ones. And also here we can find how to paint, so you can eventually find here. And I want to remember you that in the description you can find also the link about how I paint the red armors, if you're interested about having some inspiration also then other than this one. Then we can find about Kid Team, and so new rules to apply. There are quite a lot of information. This is mainly related about this model. I think that it's the special model for this Christmas, so it can really quite interesting to give a try. Then we can find a battle report that it's about the Space Marines and Custodes and the Taos. What I don't like about this, it's that it's made with the PowerPoints, and I don't like too much it, but can be interesting as a battle report. Simply I don't like this way to construct your army, but it's my opinion. And we can see that it's really quite amusing as battle report, so I suggest you to read about it. And remember that it can be really quite worth for the ones that want to try Warhammer 40k and want to understand better how it works, so it's not bad to read it. Then we have about Blitzkrieg for Underworld with the description about the strategies and so on that you can apply, and so it's not bad, this part. Then we have other rules about Blackstone Fortress, so we have again rules has just been released the book with the contents of the release about the White Dwarf that has been put inside. Here there are other rules again, so you never finish. Blackstone Fortress, I think that it's one of the game that in Workshop it's really trying to develop quite a lot, so and it's not bad. Then we can find this, that it's an article about an army showcase for a private that has an army that is using different type of models about Space Marines and Custodes. So we can find, for example, different ideas for painting, to modify, how it's developed the project behind it. So quite a lot of interesting things that you can take note about. And I think that it's something that you'll really like to give a sight. Then we have new rules about Necromunda. So in this case we have a lot of rules about Necromunda, because we have also to remember that we have the booklet about. So also here quite a lot of things to remember. And we can find also that we have here the terrain showcase. So how to construct the different scenic elements for the Necromunda, and they can be useful also for Warhammer 40k, for example, or some ideas you can take and bring to Age of Sigmar. So not worry, the important thing is the ideas behind this. Then we have an article on how to play with Middle-earth game, and here I leave the comments to you, because simply I don't know how it works effectively. And here we have the Inside Studio, and this is the free card about Warhammer Champions. So eventually give a stop to the video and make a scan about this card, so you can have this to eventually think about this. And we can find so what we'll see in the next also as the White Dwarfs. Here we can find the image without the writing that we can find as alternative cover for the ones that subscribe to the White Dwarf itself. And here this image that it's quite probably related with the January 2020 of the White Dwarf, and also the image about the poster that we gain on the other side of the field about playing with the mages. So what I think about this White Dwarf, I think that it's really quite interesting. I loved the fiction about the Fresh Stealers, really loved. So for me it's worth only for that one. We have the part about the new rules about the Night Hounds, the Gospel Battalions included, so I think that it's really quite interesting about that one too. And they are official ones, so they can be played only, remember, for Night Hound. They can't be played with the Legends of Grief, so pay attention to such distinction. And there are a lot of rules, a lot of ideas on how to convert, how to modify, so I think that it's really quite worth, and there are a lot of inserts, so it's really a great number, this one. I suggest you to buy this. So from Dynamod it's everything. I invite you to put a like on this video, to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell, and to comment this video if you are interested in something about this video, or you want to suggest me some arguments for other videos. I hope to see you again. Till next time.